So I think the title of my video speaks for itself. Why is there such a fuss over Alexei Navalny? Now, in a nutshell, this Navalny fella was a fierce critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin. So, because of that, he ended up in a gulag somewhere in the Arctic Circle, and he has mysteriously died, and the authorities won't release his body. Now, there are many rumours of what happened to him. His wife reckons it was Novichok, and the mainstream media reckon he was beaten to death by Putin's guards, and his body is so covered with bruises and mutilated, that's why they're not giving the body to the wife. But whichever way he died, he was a critic of Putin, and critics of Putin always end up missing or dead. But what puzzles me is the legacy woke mainstream media and all the usual left lot on social media. And they're fawning, they're literally tripping over themselves and each other to declare Alexei Navalny as some sort of saintly martyr for Western liberal values when he was anything but. Now, the left are either completely ignorant to the facts, or they do know the facts about this guy and it's too inconvenient for them. And why the hell they'd go and worship this guy as some sort of saintly martyr is just beyond me. Because the guy stood for everything that the woke left don't. It's just convenient he's one of Putin's victims. And of course, anti-Putinism is the current thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Putin fan. I know what kind of guy he is. But still, it just seems to me the woke left have chosen a guy who is the lesser of two evils for them. So anyway, Alexei Navalny, a fierce Putin critic, he once took part in the Russian March, which is an annual demonstration which attracts ultra-right-wing nationalists, some of whom have adopted swastika-like symbols. He also appeared in a video back in 2007, comparing migrants to cockroaches and advocated for gun ownership. And in another video, he dressed up as a dentist, where he compared migrants to tooth cavities, and that they should all be deported, each and every one, from Russia. So as you can see, a guy advocating for this kind of stuff really isn't the sort of person the lefties hero worship. Now here's a comparison for you. I wonder, would the woke left support Tommy Robinson if the same thing happened to him, simply because he was a Putin critic? Because Tommy Robinson is as much of a bogeyman to the woke lefties as is Putin and Donald Trump and others. But this guy, this Alexei Navalny, actually made videos where he was completely upfront with what he thought about migrants in Russia and what he'd like to do with them. Of course, the lefties and the mainstream media here and Parliament and parliamentarians, MPs, giving their faux outrage over this man's death, they couldn't have cared less about Navalny. It's just a convenient weapon to batter Putin with. Anyone will do. I reckon if they somehow resurrected Hitler and he started criticising Putin, then he'd immediately become the darling of the left. Because that's the way these idiots roll, folks. You know it, I know it, it's true. And there we go. I'm Paz49, thanks for listening. And until the next time, Roger Trout.